Now that the news of Ozzy Osbourne passing away has settled in, what will you remember him by the most? It's tough because, as far as heavy metal goes, he's obviously about as legendary a figure as you can possibly get. He's one of the progenitors of the entire genre as a founding member of Black Sabbath, and his impact there really can't be overstated. But then he went on to a successful solo career where he was also on the ground floor with the whole hair metal explosion as well. As a solo artist, he took bands like Motorhead, Motley Crue, and Metallica out on the road as opening acts at pivotal junctures in their careers. And then he became a more broadly recognizable pop culture figure because of the reality TV show The Osbournes. And throughout all of those phases, we have the antics, the drugs, the alcoholism, snorting ants with Motley Crue, biting the head off a bat, urinating on the Alamo. Both of those last two, by the way, he was forgiven for. I mean, I can remember my mom at the dinner table, this was in the 80s, talking about the song Suicide Solution after she watched a TV news segment on him. And my mom saying, oh, because Ozzy Osbourne says you should kill yourself. And me telling her, no, that was totally wrong, that was not the message of the song. So as the news of his death started breaking, I kept hearing the term Prince of Darkness. But I saw him more as like the class clown, and I mean that in the best possible way, in the most flattering way. I mean, I know it wasn't always roses with him. You know, we should at some point talk about some of the darker sides of that kind of behavior, but overall I saw him as an endearingly offbeat presence. And I think that has something to do with why the response has been so, why his death has seemed to touch such a nerve. I'm talking not just online, but with legacy media outlets as well, and of course, other musicians. And it makes me wonder, will the musicians, actors, and entertainers of Ozzy's generation be the last people to reverberate on a mass scale, the way we're seeing with this news of Ozzy dying? And I'm really encouraged seeing how appreciated he was. But I really hope that he's remembered as much for his actual voice and singing talent as for everything else. That's what'll really stick with me the most, as much as I smile and chuckle at all the rest. But I want to hear from you. What will you remember Ozzy the most by? Let me know in the comments.